we're going to be talking about how to heal our money wounds when it's impacting our private practice. So I'm going to share a little bit about my money wounds and how I healed it and what I think might be helpful to you in healing your own wounds. So I did not grow up rich. We struggled, my family struggled in their own ways. And so for a very long time, my relationship with money was to really either hold on to it. So it was very fearful, right? You see, I was like holding on to my money, or then just spending money and like being frivolous. And so there was sort of this like dichotomous relationship where I was very fearful, but then I would spend money. And you can imagine, I don't have to go through all of that, maybe what that looks like. And so different periods of my life, like I've always been interested in like high fashion. Like I remember when I was way younger and like Sex and the City was really popular, like wanted a pair of Manolo Blahniks so badly. Like that was like, I felt like that was like the epitome of like, you know, having some kind of status, right? And so there was always like this intrigue with me and money and how that showed up, but it wasn't always clear to me how I would maybe get the things that I wanted or just have a different relationship with money. And so I went to therapy for many years and never talked really too much about money. It was not like, it didn't come up. I had a job and I was, you know, sort of like coasting along, and it wasn't super unhealthy and it wasn't healthy, but it wasn't, unhealthy, which just wasn't going anywhere, right? Until I got into business, until I got into private practice and things really started flowing. And then I started to make more money. And then more of my money wounds started coming up. And I'm like, where am I going with this, right? Like all of this stuff started coming up. All of this anxiety started coming up. All of this fear started coming up. That's like what happens for me when my wounds are triggered, is anxiety and fear come up. And I worked with a therapist who was really pointed and really clear with me about working through these money issues. We did a lot of very deep work around my money issues. And this was a time when my practice was successful, it was going well. I was a solo practitioner and I really wasn't sure where I wanted to go. Had no idea. And doing that work, doing my deep work, looking at my family history, looking at my own history, looking at what money meant to me, what, you know, money could mean, how I could have a different relationship with money, and really healing all of that. That was the part that was missing. Like I was aware, like a good therapist, I was aware. But I really didn't have the healing that needed to go on around it. And I think that in order for therapists to have a different story about their money, they have to heal just like, you know, we have to heal with our client. Our clients have to heal their wounds. We have to heal our wounds. We have to look at our relationship with money through our family. We have to look at our relationship with money through our own personal lens, through our friends' lens, through, you know, our community lens, right? How is your relationship with the world impact your money? And really work through that. There's a ton of ways people work through their money wounds. You can do it through therapy. You can do it with a money coach. You can journal. You can do exercises in getting comfortable with conversations about money. That's probably the thing I see most with therapists, is they're not comfortable talking about money, right? It's like, yeah, I can see you for therapy. Yes, come in. I have this appointment available. I'm EMDR trained. I am this, I'm that, and this. Oh, and my fee is, you know, $125, but I can slide down, like, right? It's automatically discomfort talking about money. If we're going to be successful in practice, we have to talk about money. We have to talk about money with our clients. We have to talk about money with ourselves. We have to talk about money with those in our inner circle. So that might be an accountant. That might be a business coach. There's going to be a lot of people where you're going to need to talk about money. Again, in a way that is appropriate to you and appropriate to your business, but that you are no longer uncomfortable when you get a call and you say, this is my rate, this is how much I'm charging, or this is what I'm comfortable paying for rent. Or if you take insurance, like going back and advocating for yourself with insurance companies and knowing your value. Right? There's a lot of different ways that therapists can know their value in when we're talking about money. It's not just charging $225 an hour. It's not like all the therapists that charge $225 an hour know their value more than therapists who charge $125 an hour. That doesn't equate for me. But it's how do we show up in that 125 or that 225? Are we aware of our expenses? Are we aware of our money story? Are we aware of our impact on clients? Are we aware in our why? Are we aware in our mission? All of those things go into your relationship with money and how it impacts your private practice. I'm going to talk about how it impacts your private practice, but first I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. If you're looking for an electronic health record that is really full service, that can help you own your money story because they have the best reporting. You can see right away how much revenue you've collected, what your write-off is, if you have any credits, if you have any balances. I absolutely love TherapyNotes for all of the reporting. It helps me with my money story of my group practice because I can see so much from there. So I want you to check out TherapyNotes if you are really looking to understand your finances in your private practice. So have conversations about money. Start talking about money with people that you trust who are part of your inner circle. Talk about money with your clients. Heal your money wounds. Look at the kind of wounds you have. Think about doing EMDR. Think about doing hypnosis. Think about doing body work. Think about how you can heal your own wounds, whether these are ancestral wounds around money, any kind of traumas that happened in your life around money. We have to heal in order to really be our best selves, our full selves in private practice. When I was able to, and I haven't healed all my money wounds, I'm not here, preaching about that. But when I was able to work through and heal those money wounds, the anxiety reduced. And when my anxiety is reduced, I can take over the world, right? Like I can do anything. When all the fear and all the anxiety sets in, it's really hard for me to move forward in my business. And so I know for me, when I start to have anxiety about money, there's work to be done there. So what speaks to you when your relationship with money is not where it needs to be or where you want it to be, and work on healing that? Hope this was helpful. I'll see you soon, everybody. Bye.